Road to GH will reveal that Michael and Willow are deep into a tense legal and emotional battle following their decision to divorce. Willow, determined and unafraid to face conflicts, is adamant about gaining custody of Wiley and Amelia. To her, the children are not just a responsibility, but also hope for a fresh start after the breakup. Conversely, Michael also wants to keep the children with him, not only out of love, but also out of concern for their future. However, he harbors a deep internal conflict. Although he desperately wants custody, he doesn't want to separate them from their mother, who has always been there for them. Yet, a greater threat begins to emerge, forcing Michael to make difficult decisions. Michael realizes more than anyone that Drew is not a reliable person to take on the responsibility of fatherhood. Drew had abandoned his own daughter, Scout, to pursue Willow, an action that not only displayed selfishness, but also a serious lack of responsibility. Michael understands that Drew cannot and will not love Wiley and Amelia the way he does. His concern grows as he sees the looming danger. Drew is not just Willow's new partner, but a threat to his children's healthy development. The situation intensifies when Drew suddenly presents evidence that could destroy Michael's life. The evidence shows Michael's involvement in an insider trading deal related to Aurora, a company partly owned by his family. Not only does this threaten Michael, but Drew uses this evidence as a weapon to sue him, pressuring him to face the law. If the lawsuit succeeds, Michael risks losing not only his freedom, but also custody of his children, leaving Wiley and Amelia in Drew and Willow's care, a scenario he can never accept. Michael knows his position is increasingly fragile, but he remains determined to do whatever it takes to protect his children. In this moment, love and his responsibility as a father become his greatest motivation to face seemingly insurmountable challenges. When he realizes there are no other options left, Michael is forced to make a heartbreaking decision, to run and avoid being arrested due to Drew's accusations. He understands that if he is caught, he won't be able to stay with or protect his children from Drew and Willow's control. But even as he must leave Wiley and Amelia behind, Michael refuses to abandon them. Before leaving Port Charles, he carefully plans his final steps, hoping he can still protect them even if he's not there. In the final weeks before his departure, Michael quietly collects evidence of how Drew treats Wiley and Amelia. He discovers that Drew not only neglects them, but also completely ignores their basic needs. Amelia and Wiley are neglected both physically and emotionally, even showing signs of abuse. What's more heartbreaking is that Willow, despite being aware of this, chooses to hide the truth, trying to maintain the facade of a perfect family with Drew. Michael is pained to realize that he cannot stay to protect his children. But he knows leaving them with Drew and Willow is unacceptable. So, he turns to the only person he trusts, Lucas. On his final night, as darkness falls over Port Charles, Michael quietly meets Lucas, handing over all the evidence he's gathered. His eyes filled with hope and trust, Michael begs Lucas to protect Wiley and Amelia, saying that only Lucas, who once loved Wiley as his own, can fight for their rights. "You're the only one who can do this," Michael says, his voice choked, but firm. Moved by Michael's sacrifice and the love he has for his children, Lucas agrees, without hesitation. He promises to do everything to ensure Wiley and Amelia's safety and well-being. In that moment, Michael knows that, even though he has to leave, his love and responsibility for his children will never fade, and he has entrusted them to the right person who will continue the fight on his behalf. Lucas, with his heart aching for Michael's sacrifice, is determined to fight until the end to protect Wiley and Amelia. Armed with all the evidence Michael left behind, Lucas begins a hard legal journey against Drew and Willow. This battle is not only about custody, but also about proving true love and care for the innocent children. The legal battle is long, tense, and full of heated debates. Drew, with Willow's support, continues to deny the accusations, trying to maintain a perfect family image in court. However, the undeniable evidence Michael collected, documents showing neglect, indifference, and even signs of abuse Wiley and Amelia suffered, ultimately reveals the truth. After weeks of testimony and trial, the court reaches a final ruling: Drew and Willow are not fit to be guardians of Wiley and Amelia. Custody of the children is awarded to Carly, someone Michael has long trusted to care for and protect them while he cannot be with them. The victory brings both joy and sorrow. Wiley and Amelia are now safe and receiving the love they deserve, but Michael's absence leaves a deep void in the family. Carly, though heartbroken over her son's sacrifice, promises to raise her grandchildren in a loving and stable environment, just as Michael would have wanted. Michael, now a missing father, is uncertain of where the future will take him. But the love he has for Wiley and Amelia, along with the sacrifice he made, will forever leave an indelible mark on the family and those who loved him. Meanwhile, Lucas, the once outside observer, now steps into an unexpected but meaningful role, a protector who is unafraid to confront anyone to safeguard the family. As for Drew and Willow, after the court's ruling, they cannot escape responsibility for their wrongdoings. Drew, once confident and arrogant, now faces legal consequences for neglecting and possibly abusing Wiley and Amelia. While the court does not impose heavy penalties, Drew's reputation in Port Charles has completely collapsed. He has become a pariah, criticized not only by family but by those who once trusted him. Willow, on the other hand, seems unrepentant for her actions. She continues to deny responsibility and even blames everyone around her, especially Michael. Willow tries to maintain her arrogant demeanor, claiming that everything she did was for the children's benefit, even though the truth has been exposed. Her coldness and lack of remorse disappoint many in the town, and even those who once supported her begin to distance themselves. Drew, after losing the legal battle, continues to curse Michael. He blames Michael for destroying everything in his life, from his family to his reputation. Drew refuses to accept that it was his own actions and wrong decisions that led to his current situation. In his anger and bitterness, he continues to seek revenge on Michael, even though Michael has already left Port Charles. However, no matter how much Drew and Willow attempt to conceal their true feelings, it becomes increasingly evident to everyone in Port Charles that they have no one to blame but themselves for the predicament they now face. The cracks in the foundation of the family they worked so hard to build were not caused by Michael's actions, but by their own series of selfish and misguided decisions. Their choices, driven more by personal interests than by love or integrity, have led to this moment of reckoning. As the dust settles, the fallout serves as a harsh lesson, not just for Drew and Willow, but for anyone tempted to put their desires ahead of their responsibilities. It is a poignant reminder of the profound consequences that come with neglecting the ties that bind us to one another. In Port Charles, every story leaves an indelible mark, and every choice reverberates through the lives of those touched by it. This small town is no stranger to heartbreak, redemption, and the bittersweet complexities of love and family. Each new day brings the chance for renewal and the opening of a fresh chapter, though often at the cost of lessons hard learned. For Michael and his family, the road ahead may be uncertain, but one constant remains unshakable: a father's love. It is this love that will continue to guide and inspire, providing a beacon of hope not only for his children, but also for those who look to him for strength. Amidst the turmoil and the fractured relationships, Michael's unwavering devotion may yet be the key to healing the wounds of the past and building a better future for those he holds dear.